We now come to the fourth of the set of 4 questions relating to the first part of Rashi. This question is based upon another of Rashi's rules, and that is that although the commentary as a general rule is limited to the Pshuta Shel Mikra, if the Pshuta Shel Mikra cannot adequately explain the text, then Rashi will introduce a midrashic explanation. We can segment the commentary under discussion into 3 parts. The first is a Pshuta Shel Mikra explanation as to why Esav needed to part company from Yaakov. The reason that Rashi provides is that the land was not able to support them in terms of its ability lahaspik mira lebehemot shebehem, to provide enough grazing land for their respective livestock. Rashi then provides us with a medrash that Esav left Yaakov in order not to be subjected to the debt of exile, which was the condition of the Brit Ben HaBetarim. With question 4, we shall explore the reasons as to why Rashi felt that his first explanation was inadequate, and on account of this inadequacy, we needed to resort to a midrashic insight for Esav's departure. Footnote 6 to this question points us to the explanation provided by the Maharal Miprag in his Sefer the Gur Aryeh. According to the Gur Aryeh, while it was quite possible that Yaakov and Esav could not continue to live in the same area, it does not explain why Esav needed to emigrate to Edom. Surely, in the words of the Gur Aryeh, Lo yitachen eretz shehi dalad me'ot parsa, a land that has an area of 400 by 400 parsaot, roughly 2.5 million square kilometers, would surely be able to accommodate the herds of both Yaakov and Esav. And therefore, to argue that they needed to part company on account of the lack of grazing pastures does not explain why Esav needed to emigrate to Edom, and it is for this reason that Rashi provides a second midrashic explanation for the parting of the ways, namely it was a voluntary move on the part of Esav so as not to be obligated to fulfill the negative requirements mandated by the Brit Ben HaBetarim. The Rebbe in the footnote argues that while this does provide an explanation for the need of a Medrash Agadah, we are still left with the question as to why Rashi, as a second Midrashic type reason, Mipnei Habusha, on account of the embarrassment that Esav would need to endure over the fact that he had sold the birthright to Yaakov. Accordingly, while the approach of the Gur Aryeh does justify the inclusion of a Medrash Agadah, the issue of the second Midrashic interpretation is still problematic, and therefore the question that was raised is still valid. We shall be taking a closer look at the second Midrash as part of the set of 6 questions that the Rebbe in the Sikha raises regarding the second half of this commentary.